Hello everyone, welcome to AHS News. Now you're with me, WERACHON, reporting from Chonburi, Thailand. In this moment, the hottest issue that everyone all around the world talking about is COVID-19. According to World Health Organization, declared COVID-19 a pandemic, pointing to the over 100,000 cases of the coronavirus illness in over 100 countries and territories around the world. The question is, what is COVID-19 and where is the origin of this novel virus and how it's become a pandemic? I have the answer for you. Please stay with me after the break.
Right, before talk about a pandemic of COVID-19, we get to know what is COVID-19. COVID-19 is a virus in family Coronaviridae, genus Beta coronavirus and subgenus SARS-CoV-2. The genetic analysis confirmed that COVID-19 has gene similar SARS-CoV from 2002 and it likely origin to the bad COVID. The structure of COVID-19 consists membrane protein, envelope protein, spike protein, nucleocapsid protein, and lipid membrane. The most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, dryness, and dry cough. Some patients may have ache and pain, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, or diarrhea. These symptoms are usually mild and begin gradually. Some people become infected but don't develop any symptoms and don't feel unwell.
In this part, let's talk about how COVID-19 causes pandemic. First of all, let's talk about the difference between the words pandemic, epidemic, and endemic. The meaning of these words are still not that clear, even by medical experts. This is because the definitions of each term it varies and changes as the diseases become more or less prevalent over time. So, to use of these medical words might not require precise definitions. Knowing the difference is important to help you better understand public health news and public health response. Let's start with the word endemic. What is endemic? Endemic is a disease or something that belongs to a particular people or country in a specific location. In December 2019, a series of pneumonia cases of unknown cause emerged in Wuhan city. As you can see here in the black circle, the Wuhan city is a part of Hubei province of China. The patient has diagnosed with a clinical presentation as a viral pneumonia, and they also has been to Hunan seafood market. This stage of spreading called an outbreak, not endemic, which is an increase in the number of endemic cases. It can also be a single case in a new area. So the definition of outbreak is small, but unusual. If it's not correctly controlled, an outbreak eventually can become an epidemic. Next stage of spreading after an outbreak is epidemic. Epidemic is a disease that affects a large number of people within a community, population, or regions. Once people in places outside Wuhan begin testing positive for COVID-19 infections, which means the Wuhan outbreak had grown to an epidemic. So, the definition of epidemic is bigger and spreading. And of course, pandemic. The definition is international and out of control. One COVID-19 from China, as you can see here in the black circle, spreading to multiple countries or regions of the world, and then is considered as a pandemic. A pandemic also means all people. A simple way to know the difference between epidemic and pandemic is to remember the P is pandemic, which means a pandemic has a passport. A pandemic is an epidemic that travels all over the world. And now come to these questions. What is the factor that cause or support COVID-19 to become a pandemic? After reviewing and discussion in our group, we concluded that there are two main factors that support the novel virus become a pandemic. First one is virus-related factor, and another one is human-related factor. For the virus-related factor, first, this is a novel virus, which means there are no drug or vaccine available to control the spreading and lead it to a pandemic eventually. The next is this novel virus use its spike protein to infect into human body by specific binding to ACE2 receptor in human. So which means human is a specific target of this novel virus. And the last one is this novel virus has a long incubation time, about 14 days, and that timing is enough for one person who has infected and has no symptom can spread the virus to another person or community. For human-related factor, first, because nowadays we have the more convenient traveling to another parts of the world, and that make traveling can lead to aggressive spreading. The next factor is most infected patients had common cold symptoms, and some patients had no symptoms, which make they ignore the sickness and not protecting themselves to spread the virus to their community. The last one is ignoring behavior to COVID-19. Even though WHO had announced the crisis of COVID-19, but some people ignoring it and not preparing themselves to deal with the novel virus in the proper ways, and this led the COVID-19 become a pandemic eventually.
Let's talk about what are modes of transmissions of COVID-19. In addition to causing disease, coronavirus can spread quickly. It is confirmed that transmissions of coronavirus is from human to human by droplets. Usually the virus spreads when people cough or sneeze, talking and touching. So the tiny droplets containing the virus will spread to people around. These droplets can land on another person's mouth, nose or eyes, and that allows the virus enter the new persons. On the other hand, COVID-19 can also be left on objects and surfaces. It may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching stuff such as tissue, doorknob, digital device, mouth, and lip buttons that has a virus on it, and then touching their own mouth, nose, or eye. But this is not the main way the virus spread. The best way to protect yourself from coronavirus: 1. Avoid close contact with people who are sick and avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. 2. Wear a face mask when going out or when you are sick. 3. Eating hot food. 4. Cover your mouth and nose when cough or sneeze. 5. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in a public place or after blowing your nose. When you have been overseas, if you have traveled or if you have been in close contact with someone who already has COVID-19, you must stay in your home or provide accommodations and not leaving for the period. You are required to quarantine and do not allow visitors into the home.
And lastly, we would like to thank you for watching our video. Stay safe, stay strong, stay home.